I agree with everything you just said. He needs to stay his ass off social media because here's the thing, Skip.
Steve.
I'm sick and tired of this, Steve. Why do I keep on bringing up Skip? I'm sitting here looking dead at your face, and I can't do nothing but say, Skip, Skip, Skip. I'm tired of it.
You didn't have to get all crazy and turn into the Hulk. It's okay. It's okay. We understand that you've been working with Skip for a long time. You don't got to turn into the Hulk and go crazy.
No, I'm just upset the way they did me because a lot of people think I quit, but I didn't quit. They got rid of me, and it was because of Skip.
There you go again, bringing up my name. You can't stop thinking about me, can you, Shannon? I'm gonna haunt you.
Get off my damn head, Skip Baylor. Get off my head.
How much you miss me?
What the hell is going on? Do I need to call a doctor? Dr. Phil or somebody?
You're going through something right now, Shannon. What is going on? Tell him what's going on, Shannon. Tell him that you really don't want to be working where you work and you wish you were still with me, but I didn't want you with me anymore.
That ain't true, Skip. Get out my head, Skip Baylor. Get out my head. Get out my head, Skip. I'm tired of this. Damn, I'm tired of this, Skip.
All right, let's go to a commercial break and let the Hulk, Shannon Sharpe, calm himself down because this is getting crazy.
This is preposterous.
I agree with everything.
There it is. Now you're talking. You're rocking with your boy early, never late. Now people said we were lying. I heard that. You think I didn't hear that when y'all said I was lying when I said that Shannon Sharpe is having a hard time fitting in on First Take? What am I basing this off of? I'm basing it off of First Take. How many of y'all don't even watch? Y'all don't even watch the show. You don't even know. What am I talking about? Well, it's very clear. Shannon is struggling to find his niche on the show. And why is he having a hard time finding his niche on the show? I'm going to explain it to you. Man, do not say dead ass no more. Listen, I'm going to tell you what's going on over there. Why is he having a hard time fitting in? Because when the show first started, he was trying to get his footing. It was him and Stephen A. Right? It was Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Oh, yeah, Molly there too. But it was them two. So they had their dynamic. Now that has changed. Now every week you got Ryan Clark back. You got the other guy. There's some other white guy and some other guy in there. So every time Shannon Sharpe now, and now you got Pat McAfee in on Tuesdays. So Shannon's only there for Monday and Tuesday, and he's there for them 2 days, and the other 3 he gone. Now, what happens when Shannon is trying to cook? This is why you don't have the same Shannon you had on Undisputed, because it was just really 2 people. And Shannon was allowed to cook. On this show, they don't allow him to cook. Shannon will say something, he gets cut off by Ryan Clark or somebody else, Molly, anybody that keep jumping in. And they cut him off. And they make him sound stupid on the show. They make it like his takes are so dumb. How do you miss that? What do you mean it's too soon? King Poodle TV said Undisputed is suffering when the numbers of Undisputed is going like this. They're going up. They were off the air for 2 months. When you're off the air for 2 months, the people that normally watch your show, they're not just staying on Fox. They're going to go over the First Take. They're going to do something else. So when you come back, those people got to come back to the show. Shannon brought a lot of his followers over there. So the intrigue to see what was that going to be like with him and Stephen A., most of those fans now are kind of dwindling off and kind of watching some of what's happening on Undisputed, as Undisputed is finding its footing with a whole new cast. First Take never went off the air. They got the same people there. The only change they made is they brought in Shannon Sharpe. They got Pat McAfee in there, but it's the same layout, same everything. Undisputed changed everything on the show. Brought in a bunch of new faces, and now, if you've seen, the numbers are increasingly getting better, but of course, nobody's going to report that because the media is against Undisputed. This Front Row Sports, a disgruntled group of people that hate Skip Bayless and hate everything, so they're going to write negatively about that situation all the time. They probably former people skipped and pissed off and don't care about. But the numbers don't lie. Undisputed, First Take numbers, which was high, they have dropped. They have dropped. Since that first magical week, the numbers have tapered off. They've come down. People are over the hype of seeing Shannon Sharpe on the show. Now, you don't have to like Undisputed, but they're a better show now. They're a much better show than him and Shannon sitting there talking about Tom Brady, the Cowboys, and LeBron James every day. That was getting sickening. That had to change. That format had to get better. Now, for people who sitting up there and didn't like it, the best dynamic that had Richard Sherman is not the best dynamic. He's not even close to being ready. Keyshawn Johnson has been a plus for the show. And now that they got the situation by instead of having all four of them up there, Playmaker's great. When Playmaker's there, he instills the show. But Skip and Keyshawn together, that's a dynamic that works. And that has been working it's been working real great as of late. And especially the numbers went through the roof when they got Coach Prime showing up every week. Oh, you didn't think they didn't report you those numbers, did they? Oh, okay. They shh, be quiet. Shh. Coach Prime was on the show, and them numbers was we ain't gonna mention that. But yeah, let's just say they're struggling. Yeah. They're struggling. No, they're not struggling. Now, let's get to the dynamic. You know, some people you got to show them in order for them to see it. So I'm going to do that. Let's give you a dose of reality of what's happening out here in this world of sports. But I tell you the truth, I got to watch him Hulk out one more time. I'm sorry. Let's watch my man Hulk out one more time. Take it back.
Needs to stay his ass off social media because here's the thing, Skip.
get tired of this, Stephen A. Why do I keep on bringing up Skip? I'm sitting here looking dead at your face, and I can't do nothing but say, Skip, Skip, Skip. I'm tired of it.
You didn't have to get all crazy and turn into the Hulk. It's okay. It's okay. We understand that you've been working with Skip for a long time. You don't got to turn into the Hulk and go all crazy.
No, I'm just upset the way they did me because a lot of people think I quit, but I didn't quit. They got rid of me, and it was because of Skip.
There you go again, bringing up my name. You can't stop thinking about me, can you, Shannon? I'm going to haunt you.
Get off my damn head, Skip Bayless. Get off my head.
How much you miss me. What the hell is going on? Do I need to call a doctor? Dr. Phil or somebody? You're going through something right now, Shannon. What is going on? Tell him what's going on, Shannon. Tell him that you really don't want to be working where you work and you wish you were still with me, but I didn't want you with me anymore.
That ain't true, Skip. Get out my head, Skip Bayless. Get out my head. Get out my head, Skip. I'm tired of this. Damn, I'm tired of this, Skip.
All right, let's go to a commercial break and let the Hulk, Shannon Sharpe, calm himself down because this is getting crazy. This is preposterous.
I agree with everything you just said. He needs
All righty. All right, let's get to this.
Can I add one thing? Can I add one thing?
Sure.
Also, Brian Daboll knows this. My livelihood, my coaching future is in this man's hand. Now, Daniel Jones, this is his third coach. This is his third coach, RG3. You know that, Stephen A. Everybody knows that. And that Brian Daboll's like, you're going to cost me my job because I vouched for you getting this money. We had a great season.
I don't
Daniel
know if I
Jones
agree
is going
with
to get
that.
Brian Daboll fired.
Shannon, I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like Daboll has a lot of respect. What he did in Buffalo, I know Josh Allen looked great this past week, but we saw a step back when Daboll had left. And then also, I think just winning Coach of the Year, I think people are going to separate it. They're not going to blame Daniel Jones' failures on Daboll.
Correct. Right? No. The coaches got to go. The coach, that's who gets fired.
Why does Daboll need to go?
Hold on. So, in other words, you lose. They fire coaches. They don't get rid of $40 and $50 million quarterbacks, RG3.
But they will in this situation because they have 2 years left until they can get out his contract. So they're going to be fully invested. And the guy that got the most out of him was Brian Daboll. What they have to do right now is figure out ways to start games faster. In the first half this year, they're being outscored 77-9. 77-9.
But what is it built to do without Saquon?
Hold on, Shannon, because his.
Now, as you can see, people, I want you to understand this for a minute. I want y'all to stop right there and listen to me. Right? I want y'all to listen to me right now. Now, do you see what's happening here? Do you see what just happened? Molly is the moderator. That's her job, is to moderate. She can drop a point and then get off. And then let Shannon go in and debate with Stephen A. and everybody else. She's challenging him as if he's wrong. As if Shannon Sharpe, who's in the Hall of Fame, never played football, don't know what he's talking about. And RG3, who played football, is telling him, like, look, dude, they only got 2 more. They only attached to Daniel Jones for 2 more years. So the way his contract is structured is not like he's finna get all this money. It's like, yeah, he's going to get about 80 guaranteed out of the deal, but, you know, they getting outscored. They got to figure out why they getting outscored 73-9. You know, like that's their main problem. Forget about who's going to get fired right now. But Shannon knows how the game goes. They high-priced quarterbacks don't get fired. They normally get rid of the coach before they fire the quarterback. But they only, because of the way his contract is structured, they only got him for like 2 years. They can move on, and they don't really have to move the coach yet. But Molly crossing the line and cutting Shannon off was setting Shannon off. Because it's being disrespectful. She ain't done that to nobody but Shannon Sharpe. You see what I'm saying? Y'all don't see what's going on. This is why I'm telling y'all he had problems. He's having problems fitting in to this group. Every time Shannon tries to get cooking and make a point, they cut him off. See, when it was just him and Skip, he have his time, he be Skip. Let me tell you something. Boy, what I tell you, boy, they're going to get rid of that coach. Yeah, Skip. Yeah, Skip. See, they're going to fire him. Yeah. Ain't no cigarello. Ain't no yak. Ain't none of that stuff. They ain't letting him cook at all. They just said, you're going to come here, say a couple of lines, we're going to make you look stupid, and pass it on to somebody else. You just here to help us get our numbers. That's what's happening, people, and y'all are falling for it. Now, I just pointed out to you exactly what was going on. And as y'all can see right there, they just did it. And you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to make Shannon Sharpe look stupid. And every time they do that, guess who comes up to try to save him and be the, let me help you out, my brother? Stephen A. Smith. That's why I stopped it right there. So now that y'all see what I was talking about, all the people who started off early before I even said a word, running off at the mouth. Yeah, it don't look like it. Yeah, it does look like it. Now does it look like it? Now we finna go back and finish because it ain't done. It ain't done. Not by a long shot is it done. Hit the like button, good people. I know it's early in the morning. The like button is free. The super chat work. All y'all super chats be going to Saginaw STEM. You're helping kids go to learn a trade in engineering, design, the whole nine. So that's a good thing to know where your money's actually going. So here we go. Oh, yeah, I love it when they do it like this. Now, here we go. Now we back to it. I just wanted to make sure you guys could see this plainly. All right.
Here's the deal. Shannon's right. I think that, listen, not in terms of, we're not talking about Brian Dable get fired this year. What he's saying is that ultimately the head coach is going to, we're not talking about Brian Dable get.
Listen, he's explaining to them. Shannon Sharpe is right. Shannon Sharpe don't need you to explain for him. Why do Shannon Sharpe need you to tell him is he right or not? Well, Shannon Sharpe is right. Shannon know he right. Why do you got to talk for Shannon Sharpe? See, he's trying to play, they playing good cop, bad cop. Molly was being the bad cop. Stephen A. wants to be the one to come put the Band-Aid on him. You see, look at Shannon's face. He hawking up right now. Look at him. Look at his face. He pissed off that they just undermined him like that. And now Stephen A. finna talk for him like he just some animal in the zoo. He got to explain what he meant.
Get fired this year. What he's saying is that ultimately the head coach is going to be held accountable. Because what happens is, especially Molly, in the New York market, okay, we love Brian Dable thus far, okay, but if they continue to look the way that they look, and they got people like Shannon and RG3 dissecting it with a fine-tooth comb and pointing out the litany of errors that have taken place evolving around the quarterback, right? Then you lean on the fact that you told us we should invest this money in this quarterback. So look what the hell is happening. Of course, not right now. No. But it like, let's say, for example, if we sitting here next year and it's the same situation because this season is an atrocity, and then next year starts off equally as bad.
At some point, you're gonna look at the coach.
No one ever thought Daniel Jones was that dude. They just didn't have a better option, and no one thought Saquon was going to be hurt. I wouldn't connect Dable to Daniel Jones at all.
Eventually,
Molly, think about what you just said. They refused to pay Saquon, and now you're saying Saquon being hurt. What is?
Yeah, see, Shannon is pissed off. And I tried to tell y'all what's actually happening here. Now, Shannon is pissed. Molly got an attitude. Yeah. You already know this is leading to an argument behind closed doors. Now you see Shannon Sharpe is hulking up. He hulking up, baby. He hulking up right now. Yeah, he mad. He can't believe they went this far. She should have conceded this to RG3 and Stephen A. She's the moderator. She's keeping the mess going. They've already explained it, but now he's trying to explain it to the moderator.
What does Saquon have to do? If Daniel Jones is getting $40 million, he's got to deliver you. He's supposed to be your Moses, not Saquon.
I think they didn't have a better option, and that's why they paid Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
this is my issue sometimes with Molly when she's on the show. It's like,
right. I mean, that's what she do. They ain't got a better option. What do you mean they ain't got a better option but to pay Daniel Jones? Like, there's no quarterbacks out there that can underperform. What you mean? You better trade it for Zach Wilson and got the same goddamn production that you getting from Daniel Jones. She's the moderator causing all this drama. You see how mad Shannon got? How he being undermined and treated like a doggone man who can't speak for himself? He was trying to say it.
Third coach, RG3. You know that, Stephen A. Everybody knows that.
He was speaking to RJ3. They were having a debate. Why Shannon Sharpe got to be interrupted in his debate, in his statement he was making to RJ3? RJ3 is very capable of answering the question himself. So there was no need for Molly to even interject anything that she had to say. They're not moving to a new topic. They're still on this topic. So her words shouldn't even mentioned. Boy, if she was on Skip Bayless' show one time, boy, and she would have came in with her 2 cents, Skip be like, okay, well, yeah, I get it, but I want to kind of hear from Shannon. Skip would have had to cut her off. And after that, they went to a commercial break. They would have straightened Molly out real quick. Now, he said RG3 and Stephen A. He ain't say Molly one time. He was speaking to them.
Who's that? And that Brian Daboll's like, you're going to cost me my job because I vouch for you getting this money. We had a great season.
I don't know
Daniel
if I
Jones
agree
is going
with
to get
that.
Brian Daboll fired.
Nobody, you hear her say, mm-hmm. Take it back. Why she say, mm-hmm.
Me my job because I vouch for you getting this money. We had a great season.
I don't know
Daniel
if I
Jones
agree
is going
with
to get
that.
Brian Daboll.
Who cares about what the hell you agree with? You are the moderator. You flip the screen. You Vanna White. You turn the letters. That's your goddamn job. Ain't nobody ask you what the hell you agree with. I'm going to take it back to 1922. Shut up and get in the kitchen. I'm about to go back to 1922. Damn it, shut up and get in the goddamn kitchen. You the Vanna White of the show. You shut up. Y'all need Skip Bayless in there. Skip Bayless gonna be like, it's out of control. Y'all got too many of these women in here making decisions. Get me some coffee. What? I'm Molly. Well, Molly, get me some coffee. Yeah, black, no sugar. Now where we were at? Skip will get this thing back moving in no time. Right. All these people over here think they got some type of say, and what they say is important. Nobody asked you. They need Samuel Jackson on the show. She's gonna be, I don't think I agree with this. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. Now let me get this straight. You Stephen A, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you remember your business partner? Right. You know what I'm saying? Nobody asked Molly a damn thing about her opinion. And gonna cut Shannon Sharpe off and try to make him look like he was stupid for saying that the coach might get fired behind this. Coaches be the one to go before a $100 million player. That's true. But Shannon is not saying that the guy's finna go this year. At the end of the year, they finna fire the coach. No, they not finna do that. He's saying down the line, eventually, Daniel Jones keep playing the way he's playing, they're gonna blame the coach. Hell, you just saw that with the Chicago Bears. How many coaches got fired? Because the quarterbacks they drafted was terrible. They had Mitch Trubisky and then they got Fields. And they could have had Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson. They could have had everybody. So what Shannon was saying wasn't wrong, and neither was RJ3. They had a great conversation going on. They did not need Molly to interject or add anything that she was saying to the equation. Her commentary was not needed or wasn't asked for or nothing, but she want to interject herself.
All fired.
Shannon,
No.
I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like Dable has a lot of respect. What he did in
Look at Shannon. Shannon, I don't think I agree with that. You see how he looked? Shannon leaned up like, what the? You see the look on his face when she said that? Boy, he leaned up, boy. He was ready to honk out again, boy. He ready to honk out. That boy ready to go. He ready to pull another one of them honk moves.
Media. Because here's the thing, Skip. Steve.
I'm sick and tired of this, Stephen A. Why do I keep on breaking up Skip? I'm sitting here looking dead at your face, and I can't do nothing but say, Skip.
Now, he about to honk up right here. Hell no. Skip ain't gonna send no Molly after Shannon. He don't deal with Molly. Shoot, you think he deal with a woman talking as much as her? He said that's RG3. Who did I say if I didn't say RG3? Because I remember saying RG3. Now, yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm trying to think. What did I say? If I didn't say, I said RJ3. RJ3, I think I said RG. Well, it don't matter. Okay, I was going to say.
Buffalo. I know Josh Allen looked great this past week, but we saw a step back when Dable had left. And then also, I think just winning Coach of the Year, I think people are going to separate it. They're not going to blame Daniel Jones' failures on Dable.
Correct.
Right? No. The coach has got to go. The coach, no. Yeah, that's who gets fired.
No, why does Dable need to go?
Hold on. So in other words, you lose. They fire coaches. They don't get rid of $40 and $50 million quarterbacks, RG3.
But they will in this situation because they have 2 years left until they can get out his contract. So they're going to be fully invested in the guy that got the most out of him was Brian Dable. What they have to do right now is figure out ways to start games faster. In the first half this year, they're being outscored 77-9.
And that's the fact. Now, that was the point right there. RG3 made the best statement and the best point right there. They're 77-9, getting outscored. So right now, they're not. They're not getting the production out of them. Not what they're supposed to be getting and should be getting out of the situation. So RG3 hit him with some facts and was saying, nah, not in this case. But normally this is what happens in the NFL. The coach will go before a $100 million player. So he's not saying at the end of this year, he's talking down the road. If they continuously looking this bad and the quarterback isn't improving, they're going to have to make a decision. Was it the coach or the quarterback? And normally they keep their $40, $50 million quarterback and they let the coach go. But in this case, they have an out clause in 2 years. So in 2 years, they can make a decision on what they're going to do with the quarterback, like Mitch Trubisky. But they still end up firing the coach. So the Chicago Bears is a prime example of the coach got to go and the quarterback with Mitch Trubisky. And then he went to another team. And right again, Mitch Trubisky just not qualified to be an NFL quarterback that you could win a championship with. Yeah. All right.
77-9.
But what is it built to do without Saquon?
Hold on, Shannon, because here's the deal. Shannon's right. I think that, listen, not in terms of, we're not talking about Brian Dable getting fired this year.
Now, see, Stephen A. had to come in and talk for Shannon Sharpe. Look how mad Shannon is. Shannon is mad that this is even going on right now, and Molly is getting here throwing this at him. And now Stephen A.'s got to cut him off like, well, hold on, Shannon, let me talk. So you see Shannon is getting hot. Now he got to play good cop and go take Shannon Sharpe's side and talk all nice for Shannon as if Shannon is not eloquently putting it, the statement where it should be in its vocabulary. Let's hear his take on it
this year. What he's saying is that ultimately the head coach is going to be held accountable because what happens is, especially Molly, in the New York market, okay, we love Brian Dable thus far, okay, but if they continue to look the way that they look, and they got people like Shannon and RG3 dissecting it with a fine-tooth comb and pointing out the litany of errors that have taken place evolving around the quarterback, right? Then you lean on the fact that you told us we should invest this money in this quarterback. But look what the hell is happening. Of course, not right now. No. But it like, let's say, for example, if we sitting here next year and it's the same situation because this season is an atrocity, and then next year starts off equally as bad. At some point, you're gonna look at the coach.
No one ever thought Daniel Jones was that dude. They just didn't have a better option, and no one thought Saquon was going to be hurt. I wouldn't connect Dable to Daniel Jones.
Now Shannon is even more ticked off because now she's bringing up Daniel Jones. You are not a part of this discussion. You are the moderator. Nobody cares about what you think. I mean, your point of view is you're not even making a point. You're just saying, I just don't think they're going to get rid of the coach. I just don't I mean, yeah, he had a J game, but to say he's gonna get rid of the coach, I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna get rid of the coach. You're not even making a point as to why they wouldn't get rid of the coach. Get rid of the coach and keep the quarterback. You're not even making an argument for it. RJ3 gave you an example because that's who he was talking to. RJ3 gave him a prime good example saying, no, I think this is what they need to focus on, fixing starting off the games the way they've been starting off the games. They need to fix that. That's the main problem. He gave actual explanation. She's just over here just talking reckless words that mean absolutely nothing. And you telling me Shannon Sharpe is fitting in? Okay. Let's go.
Eventually,
Molly, think about what you just said. They refused to pay Saquon, and now you're saying Saquon being hurt. What does Saquon have to do if Daniel Jones is getting $40 million? He's got to deliver you. He's supposed to be your Moses, not Saquon.
I think they didn't have a better option, and that's
now
why
look, everybody agreed with that.
Didn't have a better option, and
be your Moses, not Saquon.
RJ3 didn't have a problem with that, and neither did Stephen A. They didn't have a problem with that. Saquon ain't supposed to be your savior. You didn't want to pay Saquon. You paid Daniel Jones. Yeah, you paid Daniel Jones. So your savior should be Daniel Jones. So, Molly, here's the thing. Have a point. Arrive at the point. Right. You got RG3 sitting there like what? Like he's in agreement. Look at him. He's like, yeah, that is true. He is supposed to be the savior. So if RG3's sitting there looking and he's agreeing, why Molly is putting up the fight she putting up?
I think they didn't have a better option, and that's why they paid Daniel Jones.
They didn't have a better option. So they had no choice but to pay Daniel Jones. He could have easily been traded for, they could have got Jimmy Garoppolo. They could have had any goddamn body. What the hell you mean? The numbers he's putting up, like somebody else can't put those numbers up? That doesn't even make any damn sense. She has no facts, nothing she's even researched or even got off goddamn Twitter. Do that. Do something. Damn. You just in here talking reckless. I just don't think. I don't get it. What don't you get? Nobody was talking to her. Stephen A. Smith, RG3, and Shannon Sharpe was having a conversation. Shannon said, RG3, this is what he keeps saying it, RG3. Nobody said Molly. Until she started cutting people off to put herself in the conversation when she don't know what the hell she's talking about. She made no point on why the coach should remain. She made no point on why they should keep Daniel Jones. RG3 did that. Yeah, so then it became a massive problem. And they're going to have a situation where Shannon start hawking out again.
Steve.
I'm sick and tired of this, Stephen A. Why do I keep on breaking up Skip? I'm sitting here looking dead at your face, and I can't do nothing but say, Skip. I'm tired of it.
You didn't have to get all crazy and turn into the Hulk. It's okay. We understand that you've been working with Skip for a long time. You don't got to turn into the Hulk and go all crazy.
I love that. I'm sorry. I love it. Now, after the point was made, Stephen A. came and said what he had to say. She had to interject and put her 2 cents in.
Yeah,
This is my
And that's her. She's got to have the final damn word all the time as if she means something to the program. Nobody tunes in to say, well, I'm here to see Molly. Nobody's there to see Molly. They would rather take Molly than watch Molly and have a conversation. Nobody tuned in to her. Because nobody understands it more than the people that actually watch the show. Exactly. So when I say people are not fitting in, it's based on that logic alone. No other reason. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to get things set up here. Now, as you can see, well, the thing is, they are doing them dirty. They are doing him dirty. They're making him look stupid. Yes, Skip and what's his name, Keyshawn and Richard Jefferson, and not Richard Jefferson, but Richard Sherman and Playmaker and Prime on there. They bring in like the Rachel Nichols part. I could do without. Thank you, Arlie. That's called fandom. Fans are gonna be. It's short for fanatics, and these people are fanatic about it. They don't look at the facts of even how stupid it is, even when they say it on the news. They even brought it up on the news. Now, well, the format is not what he's used to. If you watch Club Shay Shay or you watch him and Ocho, now him and Ocho got a great show going, don't they? When they got the nightcap on the with him and Ocho Cinco, that show is great because he's better in one-on-one conversations. He's better in that format. He could talk in a group of people, but the group of people gotta like know what the hell they talking about. If you just got somebody just talking rhetoric, like I don't agree with that. You know, I don't think that Daniel Jones. I just think that they had no options, and they had no choice. And who knew Saquon was gonna get hurt? Saquon gets hurt every goddamn year. So what do you mean? Who knew? They knew. That's why they didn't pay him. Of course, she left because her and Skip couldn't get along because she wanted to talk more, and Skip said, "Shut up, get my coffee." She was like, "Oh, and I agree with that, Stephen A. Well, no one asked you." Two men are having a conversation. When we done with the conversation, you move along. You read the cue card and can you read the screen, honey? then read the screen. We don't need no extra dialogue from you. What's on this paper is what you say. You get paid, you go home. You introduce the show, you close the show, you say what's on the lines, and then we come in and do all the talking. The show is called Skip and Shannon. Your name ain't on the marquee. Shoot, him and Jenny Tabb got into it because Jenny wanted to talk and he was going to let it be known what's going on. Jenny wasn't having it, especially she was pregnant too. So she was going there. They couldn't say nothing to Jen because she was pregnant. They just had to escort her on out. Like, we're going to have to get her out of here. But she's pregnant. Yeah, we're going to have to wait. She was waiting till she go to maternity leave. Skip was ready to tear her up. She was, I am allowed to say something. Skip was, no, you don't. No, you're not allowed to say nothing. Not here. Skip, baby. Now, look. Shannon Sharpe had to go all the way to ESPN now to agree with Skip Bayless. How long have they argued over the Patriots and Tom Brady? For 7 years. They've argued over that. Now when he go over there, now he didn't have an epiphany. And now Skip Bayless is right.
I've been one of those guys that said that Coach Belichick deserved a lot more of the credit than Tom Brady. But I was foolish in my assessment of this. It's becoming more and more apparent to me that Tom Brady was largely the reason why the Patriots won. Because you see, he goes to another team
know that.
and they win. Coach,
everybody know that, Shannon Sharpe. How you just not figuring it out? Tom Brady is the reason they was winning those damn Super Bowls. For 7 years, you've been arguing. It's Coach Belichick. Coach Belichick, Skip. They give me a Skip now. How you go, man? Tom Brady wouldn't be the man. Coach Belichick. Coach Belichick, boy. Ooh, Coach Belichick, boy. Coach Belichick, boy, man. I tell you, that Coach Belichick, boy, that game plan he got. Ooh, Coach Belichick. Coach Belichick didn't cost them about 2 Super Bowls. Now here you are making yourself look dumb on the show. You know, I think I was wrong in my assessment. You already apologizing. You ain't been here a month and already apologized. I was wrong in my assessment.
Coach Belichick deserved a lot more of the credit than Tom Brady. But I was foolish in my assessment of this.
I was foolish in my assessment of this.
I've been one of those guys that said that Coach Belichick deserved a lot more of the credit than Tom Brady. But I was foolish in my assessment of this. It's becoming more and more apparent to me that Tom Brady was largely the reason why the Patriots won. Because you see, he go to another team and they win. Coach Belichick has struggled to win without Tom Brady. And see, what happens is that no matter how great the dynamic is, there's going to be a point in time that I want more credit. And it can't be 50-50. 50-50 is not good enough when you're dealing with two guys that have the massive egos that these two men have. Because remember, guys, the more successful you are, the greater your ego is. So I need to show I'm the reason why we're having more the success. No, I'm the reason. So Coach Belichick says, I'm going to go win one without you. Out the door you go. You see, we can't have that argument because we saw Joe win a Super Bowl without Bill Walsh. So we can't say that they were winning because of Walsh because we saw Joe win one without him. Coach Belichick wanted to leave no doubt in anybody's mind that the reason why the Patriot way and everything that falls up under the umbrella, the way we do press conferences, the way we report injuries, and the way we do things are because of me. But
now let me stop him there. First, that's not true. They won with George Seifert after Bill Walsh, still running the Bill Walsh system. George Seifert was the assistant coach under Bill Walsh. They've changed nothing. They had the same damn personnel. So when Montana won after Bill Walsh went to the front office, That's all he did was go get a cup of coffee and leave and saying, I ain't going to be standing down there on the sideline all goddamn day long. So to say Montana won without Walsh is a little bit off. Yeah, I mean, Joe made the playoffs with the Chiefs. That's when I gave him a lot of credit, and they finally beat the Broncos that year. And that was one of the greatest games ever. I don't know if I call It Is What It Is a sports show. That's just people talking. That's just Cam and Mace going at it, just talking, and I love it. But I don't know if it's a sports show. I wouldn't call it a sports show at all. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. You was running around like, yo, Murder, man. You acting like a munch. You acting like a straight munch today. No, don't start, man. Nah, killing, man. You know what I'm saying, man? It's just, yeah, it's one of them things, man. No, man, you being too nice, Murder. Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now. Yo, that peanut butter and jelly, Brazzy. Right, the 49ers never changed the system, but Shannon's cooking. So all right, Shannon's cooking. Let's let him go in and cook.
But what he failed to realize is that he had that general, that 17-star general in Tom Brady that made everything smooth. And he's finding out the hard way it's not as easy as he ever thought it would be.
I think sometimes with the success that he's had, which I've never had anywhere close, but sometimes you think it's about you. The reason you had all that success was about you, when in reality, it was about the kids you coached. Mm-hmm. And to me, you had the greatest player in the history of our game. And yes, you guys messed up. You let him depart.
Tell me what has Coach Belichick done since Brady has left? He can miss in the playoffs.
But Shannon, it's not just Tom. He doesn't have Gronk. He doesn't have Randy Moss. He doesn't have Edelman. He doesn't have Logan Mankins. He doesn't have Dan Coppin, Vince Wilfork, Darrelle Revis, McCourty, Richard Seymour, Teddy Bruschi. It's not just Tom. Tom is.
Now this guy is trying to cap for Belichick. He ran off a whole bunch of names that don't mean anything. Teddy Bruschi been retired for about 25 years. He ain't got Teddy Bruschi. He didn't went by every name. No, it starts and ends with Tom Brady, buddy. That's what it starts and ends with. Tom Brady. All right. Here we go. Let's hear.
The greatest player ever. But the legacy does not take a hit. In 10 years, whether Bill Belichick goes to the AFC title game or not this year or next year, we're not going to question who is the greatest coach in the history of the NFL. That is Bill Belichick.
Dio, check this out. All those guys you mentioned, Coach Belichick ran them off. And the one guy that was still remaining was Tom Brady, and they still won.
Adam Schefter and Chris Mortensen just laughed.
And that was it. You see that? Now, what did Shannon just tell him? What did Shannon just tell him while he tried to defend Belichick? Belichick ran all those guys off. And they still won with Tom Brady. Brady won those championships. It was clear to see. You right, Chill Gill Music. Why was Tom Brady so successful? It wasn't that he was the best quarterback in the league. Peyton Manning was probably had the height. He had all this offense and all these things. He wasn't the strongest arm quarterback in the league. You had plenty guys with cannons who was firing rockets down the field. What made Tom Brady better is that he knew every aspect of the game of football. He studied film regardless. He's watching film every day, watching film, going over plays, working with his offensive coordinators, quarterback coach, everybody, receivers. We're going to work in the offseason. He's won Super Bowls with receivers y'all have never heard of. These people were third, fourth round receivers. He won with a guy named Hogan. Hogan was out there making catches. You don't even know who the hell he is. He ain't probably in the league right now. Julian Edelman, when Tom Brady left, he was done. He might as well have retired. Julian Edelman would have never made $20 in this league if it wasn't for Tom Brady. So the adjustment problem that they keep having, and I want people to understand, is that when they're making these adjustments on these teams and they're making these shifting the lines and all that stuff, when people are doing that, right? Do you know what they're doing? Hogan played rugby. That's true. Now, you said you could tell who didn't watch the 2001 Patriots. Yeah, the Patriots had a great defense, but what they had won with Drew Bledsoe that year, I don't think so. I think Drew Bledsoe would have threw a pick that cost them the Super Bowl. It's time for first take. You just had first take right here. This is the best take. Shannon ain't on there today, so ain't no need to watch it. Bill was not about to be fired. They actually was doing quite well that year. Drew Bledsoe was their quarterback. Drew got hurt, and Brady stepped up. Brady had the Brady that we know now wasn't that Brady then when he was winning Super Bowls. He was mostly a game manager. His job was to manage the game, but what he could do is stay calm down the stretch. That's what he had at Michigan. That's how he had to beat out Drew Henson. He was calm down the stretch. And when it's time to make that 3rd and 6, when it's like time running out the clock, you need a guy who can be mentally focused and get the job done. You had the best quarterbacks in the league choke up during that time. Right. Brady was very protective of the ball. He wasn't going to throw a lot of picks, but he wasn't afraid to go for it either. You see, that's the difference between him and quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers. They play for these stats, and then they realize at the end of their career why they don't have hardware. Oh, thanks for the super chat. He said old Brown Tooth was on Vlad TV. What he was doing there, I have no idea, but I guess he was there. Well, Gary, I ain't got no choice because I'm looking right at the screen, and if I see BS, I report BS. Yeah, and that's why he has a low pick rate because he's playing safe. And when you play safe, you lose. How many times they've been 13-3, 11-5, 12-5, and all that? They get to the playoffs and get waxed. They had an undefeated season. They lost one game. They get to the playoffs. Their first game, they get waxed. And I think it was the Giants that did it. They were like 11-1. Everybody thought the Packers was gonna have they were the best team in football, had the perfect season, got waxed. I didn't even report on that because that was so stupid of Shannon Sharpe to even say on Stephen A. Smith's show. Stephen A. Smith using this guy to boost up his show, his podcast show, having him come on there, and you want to talk about Skip Bayless like that and talking about how you want to put your hands on him and do all this, but you didn't. You didn't. You didn't do a damn thing but cry and complain. And you was putting yourself in it, it's either me or him. And they said, okay, we choose Skip. Goodbye. You did all that crying and whining. And it's like, yeah, I think it's my fault because when it was disrespectful, I think I let it go on for too long. So I think it was my fault. And boy, it took everything in me, boy, to not go off. They were not on the best of terms when Shannon left. They probably would never speak to each other again. That last episode was cringy. When everybody was saying goodbye, when the show was over, Skip Bayless wasn't in there. I mean, right after the NBA season, Shannon was gone. No, Tom Brady prepares better than any player in football history. You know, Belichick's job was the defense. And when the defense was failing, Brady was bailing them out by scoring and keeping the defense on the sidelines. They were dominating time of possession. So Belichick had a bad defense. It wasn't getting a chance to get exploited because the offense wasn't out there on the field that much. Because Brady was running time of possession. They were dominating time of possession. So the other team's offense don't get a chance to get on the field. Peyton Manning and them had a great offense, but they were losing because they couldn't get on the damn field. They'll go zip, zip, zip. Their defense out there huffing and puffing. And Belichick was so confident they used to go for it on every fourth down, no matter what side of the field they was on. And he cost them the game They went for it on a 4th down when they should have punted the football and gave up the football on like their own 30-something yard line. When Troy Brown dropped the ball. And he got mad and got rid of Troy Brown. After Troy Brown won like 2 Super Bowls. One drop he made on a 4th down, he was off the team. Absolutely. So I hope all of y'all are in the VIP Patreon for the giveaway for the PS5. If you're on my Patreon, well, we're going to give y'all a gift card. Okay, so it's going to be equivalent for the PS5. Yep. The raffle is coming. It's coming this month. Yeah, Troy Brown did everything for the team. They had him coming in playing every role you could think of. He dropped one pass on a 4th down, and they lost that game to the Patriots, and that was it. I mean, to the Colts. Skip Bayless never responded to Shannon Sharpe saying he should have put hands on him. None of that. No, what Shannon Sharpe is doing is going to build himself up on his own this time. Shannon has gotten smart. Let me tell you what Shannon just did. He just signed he's building a podcast network. That's why he got this nightcap thing. He's not going to tie himself to ESPN. He's not going to put himself in a position where he's going to be fired ever again. What he's doing now is putting himself in a position to where he's going to be the one to be the decision maker. He just signed Jeff Teague's podcast show to his club, Shay Shay. Oh, this guy named Source. I wish you go watch that new movie called The Exorcist Believer and tell me what you think about it. Do I think Shannon leaves after this contract? Yes, because this is not like a permanent contract gig. It's not like we know the terms, how many years he got, because he's only on there like 2 days. Shannon is signed to the Volume, Club Shay Shay, but he has his Club Shay Shay network that he signed Jeff Teague's podcast under. So Jeff Teague's podcast is under Shannon Sharpe's network, in which he has his own show with him and Ocho Cinco called Nightcap. And he said, look, you're a partner. Shannon's giving away partnerships with people. So not only does he his Club Shay Shay, which brings home his money, which he has with the Volume. Now on his own network, he's got Nightcap with Ocho Cinco, and then he has Jeff Teague's podcast show signed up under his network. Mad Dog is hilarious. Mad Dog ain't hilarious. Mad Dog's a radio guy. See, they snatched him off of ESPN radio and drug him in the studio booth to get his own show and start doing his own platform, because all he does is run a stick. They needed him. He's the radio version of Skip Bayless. That's all they grabbed him. They got him to basically mock Skip Bayless. Jeff Teague's podcast is good. You get the real over there. You find out what's like. See, this is where you find the most of your information from. Don't look for all these big name NBA players. You look for the guys who are role players. They tell you stuff that happened on a team that you never would believe. Believe me, I got a lot of information for players that played 2-3 years, 12 men's in the league, the assistant coach, the towel boys. Those are the people that got the information. Trust me. You got the better stories coming from them. They the ones that came up with the 50 million or in a championship or 300 million and no championship. They the one came up with that. How strongly do I think Stephen A. Smith is in on it? Is in on what? On Shannon Sharpe getting out of there? Stephen A., his thing is he can care less about Shannon Sharpe. He acting like he do. He does not care about Shannon Sharpe. He cares that Shannon Sharpe was generating all those numbers and he didn't see it. He was like, man, I wish I had him over here. Man, Skip wouldn't be doing those numbers without Shannon. Yeah, man, if I had Shannon Sharpe, oh my God. Man, we had him on the show. I wish I'd have seen all this. I didn't know the brother was this talented. I got to get him over here. He just needs Shannon's following. He needs Shannon to bring his following, his fans, all of them to come on over there to where he is to boost his numbers up. Because even though they were number one, he letting you know they were failing. With Max Kellerman, I just felt, even though we were number one, the show was just dull. It was stale. It was. It was terrible. And the reason why it was terrible was because of Stephen A. Smith. He was getting dogged by Max Kellerman, and he was losing every argument, and he was mad. He's mad he's losing argument. Completely. Now, what was that? He getting dogged. That ain't nobody's fault but his. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely get the likes up. Yeah, I hope to see all y'all in the VIP Patreons. Oh, Patreon done made some changes. Yeah, but yeah, I want people to be able to get into the giveaway. So I've given people a little bit of time so they can just get themselves into the raffle. Damn, sun is out, blazing. Well, all right. I'm gonna go out and get my exercise on. Thank everybody that showed up. Don't forget to join the Patreon. Carcino for life. Oh, we got Self-Made in here. And he says, are there any podcasts who are forming assistants to people who break NFL, NBA stories like Adam Scheffler or Chris Mortensen? I don't know. I really don't know if they have a podcast show or not. But if Jeff Teague's show is a good one, they break stories. Try Rasheed Wallace show. That's another one that breaks the mold. That's a good show. They tell you the truth. And they actually did an interview with the referee who was fixing the games and was fixing his games. So definitely check his out too. So shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life, Carcino for Life. Welcome to HD TV, Ticket TV, Armando Black TV. It's a lot of TVs, ain't it? Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez, his show. Man, Damn D Beef. And I'm out. Yeah, Ticket been on fire for this whole month. That's what's up. John Rye finally showed up. I was at the end. Now I know it's time to go.